Osijek has a long history of multiculturalism. During the war in the 90s, the city was under siege and surrounding towns were invaded. We went to find out how this has affected multicultural living today. Krešev has lived in Croatia all of his life. Krešev and his family had to flee their home when Serbian troops invaded.
I don't hate people who come from other side to here, and because they come here, I must go out. I'm not hate, but my question is why?
After the war, Krešev and his family returned to their home in BA to rebuild it.
We have a big damage on this house, and with our 4 hands and 20 fingers, we finishing our house.
Krešev's neighbour, who is Serb, fled with him to Croat-controlled Osijek when Serbian troops were about to invade BA.
I don't ask my neighbor before war who is who. No, it's good people. Many of these people who is good in my neighborhood is a Serb. And we talk about this war. What can we do? And they, neighbor Serbs, come with us in Osijek. They hate the war. And when is this war finishing, we together back home. We together rebuilding this house. We're friends.
Successful story is that we passed the war, but we are still have plenty of minorities, and I think we can be proud because Serbs is still the biggest minority in Osijek, despite we had direct fighting between Serbia and Croatia.
But not everybody is totally accepting of the Serbian minority.
So here in Osijek, I think that Croatian and Serbians are not getting along so good. It was all because of the war, and we really don't like them. We are not getting along with them. I was born in 1994, so I can remember the war, but I have heard a lot of stories, about hiding in the basements and bombs and everything, so I heard very bad stories.
A lot of people try to bridge cultural divides through the arts. Sanja is a Croat who dances with the Macedonian Association.
Certainly, yes. I see different ethnic minorities and their associations as a place where people can, through knowing each other, can help each other in healing some of the wounds caused by the conflict, by the war. I was 9 years old when the conflict broke out. I remember how I felt terrible when we had to stay in the basement because of the bombing. Another hard moment for me was we have relatives on the other side of the river in Serbia. So when we went there after the war for the first time, when I had to meet again with my grandmother and the relatives there, and that feeling that maybe some of them were part of the atrocities that were going on in this part of Croatia. Those were all hard feelings. I'm still feeling angry, but I do appreciate other national minorities because they all have their own culture, and I'm trying to get as close as I can with them to learn and to accept. I actually work in a school that is mixed school. It's Croatian and Serbian school, and that environment is again bringing me close to the ethnic group that I feel angry at times about. Of course, that what I see as a future is bright. I see the children being together. Our children deserve a second start.
Serbians in the area have an annual procession to celebrate their culture. Dudica is the president of their Cultural and Arts Association.
se ne čini možda važno.
I believe that is important to maintain this our Serbian culture. After the war, the Serbian people here are minority, and it was not like that before the war. The Serbian people were named aggressors, and they weren't because they were just living here. These places are their homes for 500 years. When I'm applying for a job, wherever I write Serbian, I have, stop sign. We Serbians live here and exist in Croatia for so many years, and with our culture, with our identity. And so we respect Croatians and their culture, and we pay bills, we go to work, we are, decent citizens. And my question is it more important who is somebody by nationality or who is somebody as a person?
Jagoda is Macedonian and her husband is Serbian.
Pa mislim дека може би е нормално, ма...
In terms of getting jobs here, I wouldn't say that national minorities feel unequal in that position. I would say that it is normal, perhaps, for a state to give a better chance to its own citizens. But I would also say that the people who have enough good skills and education, they would certainly find their own jobs and positions. In terms of Jagoda and her husband, she is Macedonian, he is Serbian, and they both have very good positions.
Her Serbian husband stayed in Osijek during the war and kept up his work as an opera singer.
We continued working even under the siege. Slobodan continued working and performing for the citizens of Osijek, even in the moment when the Osijek theatre was destroyed and bombed.
Jagoda runs the Macedonian Association.
This is a place where Macedonians can nurture their own language and get into touch with their own Macedonian roots. I would say that what is happening today is part of our efforts, but also part of the efforts of the Croatian state. Through the associations of national minorities to rebuild the bridges that have been destroyed before, or that the war has damaged in one or another way. A very good sign for us is that 50% of our members are non-Macedonian members.
It's not only culture, but business that can help build bridges in the region.
The fact that we lost ex-Yugoslavia market caused problem for everybody. And there is one simple fact that we are close to each other. And economically, export or import is much cheaper here in the region. I would say that economical relations are better than political relations at the moment, and economical relations and these kind of people are pushing, in fact, politicians. They oblige them to create a better atmosphere for the economy in general.
One politician leading the way with cross-border cooperation is the Vice Mayor of Osijek, who's a businessman himself.
The market of the Croatia is too small. We must take a region and Europe or the world, and the neighborhood is the first step that you need to do it. To get some experience in the export business, you need to go to Bosnia, to Serbia to start doing business with them.
At Erdut Municipality Flower Festival, different cultures use their traditional heritage as a business opportunity to sell traditional flowers, foods and goods. It's also a chance to appreciate different cultures, music and dancing, and for people to mix.
Every person, every nationality, every group of the people bring their culture, their habits. If you mix those traditions in a region, Croatian tradition and habits, Serbian, Hungarian, you can say you are rich. You are not rich because you have land, but without some heritage, you are nothing. Without history, you are nothing actually, And normally that's such a kind of gathering after we know everything what's happened before, let's say, 7, 8 9 years, you couldn't imagine that Serbian, Croats, and Hungarians sitting in the same pub and drinking beer or wine.
Yugoslav is the mayor of the municipality.
I hope that all people will be very happy, that people find jobs and that people can living normal, just normal.
The mayor and his vice mayor are a good example of Serbs and Croats working very well together.
I think it's very good that the mayor is Serb and I'm a Croat, because we can do something to do better relations between those two nationalities.
Pomenka describes herself as Serbian. She has lived here for over 80 years.
Ja sam tu u Vinograd planin svaki dan.
And I spend every hour, every minute here in Vinograd, here in this Dalj Planina. In the previous Yugoslavia, we live all together. You know that there is no quarrel between the republics. But the war came, and during the war and several years after the war, there is a madness. Nobody don't speak with anybody. You know, it's chaos. But now everything is okay. Her daughter-in-law is a Croat. The one son-in-law is a Croat. Now everything going to be better and as it used to be, you know. And now everything is calmed down and everything is okay.
Ruzica is the mayor of BEA. She is passionate about supporting minorities.
Multiculturalism is something that really we should work on. We are spending lots of our money for developing culture clubs. My vice mayor is a Hungarian, and I think that's my strength. If I would have some Croatian vice mayor only, maybe I couldn't understand some special needs of our people. I hope that my children are going to live in nice and good relations between all nations.
I see a good future for my family, my little family, and we are happy to come here.
So, of course, that I believe that things are going to change, but it just really takes time.